Hi everyone, this is Lynn with Paper Life, and today we are going to be working on our October daily, day 15 and 16. I've done my 16, which was create a Halloween costume. I just did it on the computer. And then for day 15, it was create a tag with a mask. So I made a pocket that kind of went, I thought, with my day 16, so the pages kind of worked. I'm going to set this to the side, maybe if I can find room for it, and we are going to get into what we're doing today. So here is a tag, or a mask that I've already made. I printed this one on cardstock, painted it black, and then I put a blue lace over the top. This is one of those sheet lace that you can get from, this was new, I bought it from Joann's. But here is the one that we're going to do today. And this is the color that I used to just kind of paint it so that you guys didn't have to sit here and watch me paint it. And I have a sheet of wax paper here so that I don't color everything. I'm going to be, that's right, using my clear gesso. I feel like I've been using a lot of this lately, but you guys feel free to use whatever it is you want to use. And on this one, I'm going to lay over this black lace. Now this was a piece, I don't know if I was given it or I found it somewhere. It was not new, definitely not new to me. So let's get started. I am just going to be kind of generous with my clear gesso or your glue or whatever it is that you're using. The reason I'm not using something like a Fabrifix, Fabri-Tac, something like that is just because of how much of a surface it is, and I want to make sure that I get it well covered. Okay, smear some on this side. Okay, find something sharp to cut it with, and I'm not really worrying about getting it in cut real tight. I'm just trying to get it into a smaller area, less for me to fight with. And that's mostly because if I tried to cut this right now, like fussy cut it down, I would just be fighting it the whole time. So for me, it's just easier if I cut it after everything has been dried. So what I'm going to do is, now that that's there, pick it up and move it so I actually have it completely on my wax paper. And I am going to put another coat right over the top of that. It would probably be easier if you waited for it to dry, but you guys all know I'm impatient. I do not want to have to wait for it to dry twice. And I just want to make sure that I get it in really well into all those little crevices, I guess. Whatever lace would cause. Indentions. Voids. Any of those words. And what I was originally going to use for this was Walmart, at least a couple years ago, had fabric, like they were like lace masks. And of course I bought a couple for using in a junk journal, because isn't that why we buy everything that we're not going to use anytime soon? And I was going to use that, but that's not something that I've been able to find again. So telling people, hey, here, go buy this, when I don't know where you could get it from at this point. This was a freebie that we put up in the group, so everybody can go and find it. I'm trying to, at least with this, keep it to things that we have given in the freebie or that I've bought this year. Just because I don't know about anybody else, but I hate going on a scavenger hunt trying to find something because, oh, I watched some video and this was so cool and now I can't find it. Yeah. We're going to pretend like I don't do that all the time. Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I am going to put this on pause for a minute so I can dry this up, because I don't think any of you want to see and hear me use a heat gun. Or a dry gun. Yeah, I guess it'd be a heat gun. Yeah, that thing. Okay, hello beautiful people, we are back. I have dried this. I cut 2 black cardstock things that are just shy of 7 3/4 by 4. Now this is to fit my journal. I kind of went around and did a little bit of the gold, but I'm going to finish that up while we're here. Here is one that you can buy off of Amazon. This is the one I'm currently using, and it's just because you get so much in there, and I'm going to try to use those up before I use up all my colors. To give you a little bit of an idea of how I'm doing this, I'm sure you guys know. So I did fussy cut all the lace off around my mask. If you happen to get a spot where it's coming up in the corner, I just add a little bit of glue and call it good. Oh, I don't know if you guys can hear my kids, but they are in their rooms and they are having a very intense conversation apparently. Alright. Now, one thing I did do, because this black just wasn't as, I guess, black as I wanted it to be, kind of has a grayish tone, is that I kind of went around with my black soot and just intensified the color, and I'm going to do that together on this one. Really, I'm just focusing on the edges because that's where I want the darkest of my colors to be. And then I want it to kind of fade in, if that makes any sense. I'm sure it does. You guys are smarter than I am at figuring this stuff out. Then what I did was just do a little bit in the center just because I wanted it to bring it in a little. But I'm really concentrating on those edges. Okay, so I just brought that in a little. Sorry, I need to talk to my kids for a moment. So these masks are large, quite large, but they can actually be put on your face if you wanted to, and that was kind of my point behind it. I'm kind of thinking about having them overhang the tag and then maybe cut it to the tag. I don't know. My gold is not... Oh, what about that? Let's do that. Maybe. This might be a bad idea. This might be a bad idea, but let's see what happens. Mostly because my gold is smearing off of other things, like there where it wasn't completely dry. So let's just bring it in. Let's act like it was intentional. Then what I need to do is clean this up before I do the other tag. I mean, worst case scenario, if this is like a horrible idea, we can just flip it over and act like we didn't do that, right? Let's see about the other side. I may add in more, but for right now I think that's how I'm going to leave it. Just kind of the opposite, I guess, of Distress ink, as I'm putting around the edge. Alright, so do we like that? I think I like that, but what happens if I'm using my black soot and trying to, maybe, I'm not sure how well this is working. Kind of bring down some of the shininess of it. I know it's like the opposite of why you would put it on there, but I still haven't decided if I should overhang it a little and then trim it off or leave it on there. I think I'm going to leave it on there. I know, I'm so just inked it so it wouldn't be as bright, and then here, let me add more on there and make it brighter all over again. I just felt like I wanted that to be brought in a little bit. Not so much of a hard line going around it. Mostly because when I did this here a moment ago, I kind of just did it straight across, which then gave it kind of a hard line. Oh, my printer just decided to turn itself off. Okay, I didn't need that one after all. Ooh, I like that. It reminds me of I don't know, the glow of a star or something. Halo, maybe. I don't know what you want to call it, but I like it right now. Okay. So for me, kind of the reason I'm going with these colors is, in the golds and all that, is I wanted it to have kind of that feminine. I was just in New Orleans, so the gold, the Mardi Gras is kind of still in my head. So I'm thinking like that looks good. However, not that I'm micromanaging this or anything, but I don't love this area. I want it to come in a little bit more. Okay, I'm going to say that is where I'm content with it at right now. Now, one thing I was thinking about doing, but now that I have the card all like golded up like that, I don't know if I want to, was to take and kind of gently put some gold over the black. I'm scared. Alright, whatever, let's see what happens. I have some left on my fingers. I think I'm going to mess this up. I think it's going to be more than gold than what I want, but I want to be real gentle with it. That's why I'm not using my paintbrush or my makeup brush. Oh, I shouldn't be doing that on there. So yeah, I just kind of felt like my journal was getting a little dark. I mean, okay, I realize it's Halloween and it could so be dark. It wasn't going to be the end of the world. But when I got into the mask and the costume, I just kind of wanted to give it a more feminine touch, I guess. So that's why I picked the direction in which I did. Just so I could kind of soften it a little bit, I guess. Ooh, look, see, I'll use all these really nice words to just say that, I don't know, I didn't have a reason, I just did it. So because I kind of goofed when I was doing my lines around, I'm just going to make it act like I didn't goof it and make it a little bit whiter around the eyes. I mean, as long as you don't tell anybody I messed up, who would know? Okay, let me clean this off real quick because obviously this gold is not dry, so it likes to move. Now, it doesn't move off of here as easy as you would think. Alright. No one's got time for all this. Hand sanitizer works great for cleaning up both your hands and your desk when you've been crafting. Alright. Now that that is completely wet, just give that a second. I'm not going to give that a second because no one's got time for all that mess, so we're just going to flip it over. While that dries, we'll work on the surface. Okay, so I think I like that just like that. So I'm using my Fabri-Tac. Maybe. Okay, are you ready? And I just want to make sure that I get it all the way around. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so if I was going with the true New Orleans, Mardi Gras, then I guess this would be gold, but we went with teal, or I went with teal because it's my favorite color. So there's one tag. Alright, let me get this open back up again. Okay, I thought I got all the gold off of here, I guess not. Okay, this one I already did my black around it. However, I didn't know I was going to have the mishap with the gold. And I love getting in with this stuff and using my fingers. Just seems like it heats it up and kind of helps it move more organically. Now this brush is great for getting in and getting a small amount, because really you don't need much. I mean, a little bit of this goes a long way. Honestly, I think with these two tags I probably used more of this than I have since I've had it. That was really spotty. So I would like to say that I don't do a lot of mixed media, and I really don't do, like, there's a lot of mixed media artists out there that's what they do. They know how to use all their products and they're really great at all of it. That's not really what I do. Now I play with some of the mixed media products. Like, this is something that I've seen a lot of mixed media use. I just play with it. Now, doesn't mean how I use it is right. I'm sure if any of you are mixed media artists, you are yelling at your phones at the moment or your computer screens telling me that this isn't how I'm supposed to be using this product. I don't know that. So as long as you don't tell me, then I don't know. And I can just keep acting like how I'm doing it is right. But I just love how pigmented and how, okay, not so much on these tags, but when you've really done up a project, this just makes it look like it's metal. And it can be paper. It just has that metal, gold, silver, copper look to it. so sorry. If I had known this was what I was going to do, I would have done one of the tags before we came back. But I didn't know that's what I was doing. Okay. Now what did I do? I went over it a little bit with the black soot just to kind of knock down some of the shine. I know I go through all that work to add the shine. And now I'm going to go back through and knock some of the shine back down. And that's why my husband makes fun of me when I do craft stuff. Okay, so let's see. On this tag, I have my mask kind of going that direction. So on this one, why don't we have it going kind of that direction? Now, I don't know if I told you this. When I put the lace down on this one, I've actually put 2 layers of the lace. And that was more just because, 1, I had more of it. And 2, I don't know that it needed it, but should have cleaned my desk, but whatever. But I didn't want the black to be as harsh, I guess is how I will say it. So feel free, if you are doing this, to put more layers of lace down. Okay, I don't know how much the gold actually helped on there, but no, I probably shouldn't feel this way, but I feel like both my masks need to be not the same, but I don't know, cohesive. Okay, so I'm going to call that good. Hopefully this won't take as long for my glue to come down because I had it just sitting on its side. Now I'm just putting on a generous amount. I'm trying to get as close up to the edge as I can. Ow, that found a cut in my finger. Okay. I want this one going this direction. Close up my ink. I am just going to fold this over so I can keep all my contamination over to one side. Just a second, guys. I just grabbed some hand sanitizer so I can try to get some of this metal paste wax stuff off my hands. I should have a napkin, but I don't handy, so I need to pull one off. Okay. So there's my day 15 and my day 16. Oh, hello. My make a tag with the mask. I should add a little bit of an S there. And my create a Halloween costume. Kind of feel like I was able to jazz this page up a little. Should probably add some gold on here. I think that would be cute. I don't know. Probably not, but I'm going to add some. add some gold into the flames. Why not, right? Okay. I hope you guys all have a great day. I will see you all later.